Hello and welcome back to another NFT Atlas video. Today I'll be showing you how to create your very own 3D collection in which you can have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of different unique images and NFTs and with different characters. So here is Clone X as an example that has a floor price of 17.75 just now. 3D Punks, Hate Primer, all our other options, and even Meebits are really popular NFT collections that have 20,000 items here, all different and all unique. However, you can see they're all kind of based on the exact same model, but they just have different accessories. So how do you generate and create all these NFTs? Well, today I'll be showing you, and we'll be using a program called Blender. So Blender, if you just go to Google and type blender.org, or just type Blender download, you'll come to this website here, blender.org, and you can download it for free. It's totally free. All you need to do is click download Blender, and you can download it here on Windows or Linux or Mac OS. We'll be showing you how to create a 3D collection today. We will be using a plugin today that helps us create the 3D collection. It is called FZ Randomizer 2. So if you just Google FZ Randomizer, it'll be the top search, and it's on Gumroad, and this brings you to the correct page. All you need to do is click I want this, ask you to name a price. You can just type 0, it is for free, and all you have to do is put in your email address and download it and press get. Once you've downloaded it, you can install it when you're in Blender. And once you've downloaded and launched Blender, you will come to this page here. All you do is click General, and that's as in our home page. Now, to install the FZ Randomizer plugin, you need to click Edit and then go to Preferences. And if you click the Install tab up here and find where you downloaded the FZ Randomizer file, you can install it from that. So if I go to my downloads folder, I can see here FZ Randomizer install add-on. I've already got it installed, and all I need to do is type FZ Randomizer, and you'll see it will appear here. So make sure you type that in and click the box here to ensure that it's installed. You can close that, and if you click the bottom right symbol here, the third from the bottom, which is Object Data Properties, you can scroll down to the bottom and you can see FZ Randomizer here. We'll show you how to create to use this later on in the video, but you have it installed, so you're ready to go. So here we are, back in Blender. If you have never used Blender before, you can certainly look at some other videos on my channel to see how we can work through the interface, but I will be explaining everything as I go along. So what we're going to do today is try and create a character, and with that character use the FZ Randomizer tool to generate different variations of that character, and in essence create a 3D collection with lots of different styles and entities. So what we can do is click our cube itself, and over here click the modifier option. Now go to Subdivision Surface, and we can see we've rounded this cube off and made it more, obviously given more subdivisions essentially. If we go over to the right hand side, it says Levels Viewport. If we can move this up to 3, we can see we round it out and add more polygons. So we're happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying to create a ghost today, inspired by FZ Randomizer itself, and I feel it's a quite easy to make character, cute character, and one everyone can recognise and enjoy. Now with the cube itself selected, we can now hit Tab and go into our edit mode if you're not already in it, and you go over here and apply the subdivision. We'll have all the vertices. So this gives us something to work with. What I'm going to do is push number 1 on my keyboard, go up here top right corner to toggle X-ray, tab, make sure I'm in my edit mode. I'm going to highlight these. I'm actually going to first of all delete them. Okay, so we just have this semicircle. I'm going to hit number 1 again. I'm going to highlight this all again. Just the bottom half. I'm going to press E. What that does is it extrudes them all. Okay, I can bring this down just to a level where I want it. If you hold Control, you can snap it. Okay, so I'm going to hold it down to maybe about here. Okay, we've now created this this shape here. I want to work with this a wee bit more and create more of a ghost look. So I can click every other vertex. What we can do is move this up to almost make this kind of coat, this kind of drip effect, where it's zigzagging along the bottom. So if you click on one and hold Shift, you can click another one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do every fourth one along, so leave a gap of 3, and that should create an even, yeah, it's nice and even. And that gives us the option to move it. Okay, so we can move these up and down, and I think we'll click every middle one now. And I can move this slightly down. Cool. So I like how this overall looks. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click it and I'm going to shade smooth. That smooths it out. And I'm going to now create a bit more definition to this this shape. So what we can do here is make it thicker and round it out and smooth it out more. So what I can do here is add the modifier, add another subdivision. Okay, move this up to 3 again. You can see it rounds off the edges. So that looks great. I'm now going to add another modifier. I'm going to add solidify. We can see here that gives a bit of thickness to work with. I'm going to move it to the top, and I'm going to maybe, yeah, bring it in a wee bit. So you can see here we can create a bit of thickness to this this ghost. Kind of looks like one of those Pac-Man monsters that you get. What I'm going to do is bring the whole object up a wee bit, just so it's above our plane line. Looks fine to me. And yeah, just reposition ourselves. Okay, so this is given us something to work with. Make it a wee bit, maybe a wee bit thinner. We don't want it to be too fat. Something like that looks good to me. So just like that, we have our character, and yeah, pretty happy with how it looks like so far. It does look like a bit of a ghost. What I'm going to do is you know, try and make it a bit more unique looking. It's a bit too perfect looking. So we can adjust how the individual verses just to make it look a wee bit more unique. So we can move these up or down, and make everything look a bit more random. So we can just do that manually. Go around and change the individual vertices here, just to make things look a wee bit more random. Okay, perfect. So happy with this. This looks a bit more character to it. So we like what we're seeing here. So this is a good starting point, and this really is, you know, the base of our character now. We can add things to make it a bit more unique. We can add eyes, arms, and different objects around the scene here, just to make this look more, just to make this look different. So what we'll do now at this point is start cleaning up things. This is going to be the basis of our ghost. So I'm going to go up here in the top right corner and press C just to make a new collection. And within that I can press C again to make a second collection. We can then just rename it Ghost Body, and just ensure that our cube is actually within the body itself. Move that down. Okay. And what I can do is make this a wee bit different. Okay, we can make different sizes and different variations of this ghost, and just make things slightly different for each character, so that we make different size characters. And to do that, all we need to do is just hit Shift and D. Okay, and we can create a duplicate. We right click and we go back to the exact same spot where it is, and you can see now we have two. Okay. So we can use the eye, the kind of hiding invisible eye key here just to hide one. So to edit mode in the duplicate, we can start playing around with the shapes again, just to make things a bit more unique. So you can click individual vertices or even individual faces. If you really wanted to make things a bit more bizarre and unusual looking, you can select more than one and pull them out, just to make things look a wee bit more random and indented, if you wish. So let's make things maybe a bit more unique, make it a wee bit longer. So like that, we've got our original and the duplicate. So we see there's obviously differences now between these two, and we can make another body altogether. So if we duplicate the original once again, click again, put it back in the original area, and make this slightly different again. So we can hide all the originals, go back into our edit mode, and we can change everything we want. We might want to just maybe move everything up a wee bit. So if you go into a wireframe mode, we can see everything, and maybe move it up and make a baby ghost. So it's like just like that, we've created 3 different bodies. So I'm quite happy with that as a whole. Now what we'd like to do is maybe add some eyes, mouths, arms, hats, things like that, things in the background, to make you know, different versions of each image of each NFT. So what I'm going to do is create a new collection. So if I hit C again, I'm going to do it within collection 2. So I hit C, and I'm going to rename it. Just like that, we have a mouth. Now if we go back into our object mode, we can click Add Mesh and then go to Circle. Now to create the mouth, we're going to have to add a new mesh. So if we go now over to Add and go to Curve and click Circle, we'll create a circle here. I'm going to rotate it by pressing 90, and now it's facing in the right direction towards us. I'm going to move it up. I'm going to scale it on the Z axis, S and then Z to move it up down like this, and S again just to make it a wee bit smaller. If I press 3 on my key numpad, I can position it where I would like it to be. So maybe I want it to be about here. Shift and go into the edit mode, and we can see here we have some vertices here to play about with. Okay, we can start clicking some of these vertices just to move them. Okay, and we can get a shape where we like. That almost looks quite happy, so let's make a happy face. Make it a bit bigger. So I like the look of that. Now if we go over here to the right hand side, we have some options to play with. If we go to geometry and then bevel, we can change the depth here to create the outline of our mouth. So play around with that just to get maybe a size that you like. You make some big lips, like that. Like that, we have our first lips. So we can obviously alter this as much as we want. So just like before, we can now duplicate it. So Shift and D, we've got a new one. Right click, we'll hide the original, and we can now go back into our edit mode like we did before, and start playing around with the vertices like last time. So by clicking these, we can now move it up or down. So we can try maybe make a sad face or surprised face. He doesn't look too happy now. Duplicate this as well, just like before. Now we can go back into edit mode and maybe make it a bit surprised. Let's hide the original. Jesus. Let's see it. Maybe a bit too surprised for my liking. That will do. That will do. Don't get any thoughts, boys. Happy, sad, and quite surprised, shock, I would say. Nothing else. Doesn't look like anything else. But just like that, we've got a few different moves. So even already, we're getting there. Now we can add some eyes as well, of course. So again, new collection C. Let's call it eyes. And now with the eyes, we can add anything you want. We can go for a sphere. Add a UV sphere. Here it is. Scroll it down. Scale it down. Pressing S. Let's press 3 in my numpad again, and let's start positioning this where we want it to be. Now we zoom in a wee bit. I'm going to add shade smooth, and I mean just like that, we've got already our first option. Okay. I'm going to now click on add a modifier to it, and I'm going to add mirror. Click the eyedropper tool here and click on the object, which is the ghost. It's duplicated to the wrong side, so if we change it to Z, no, change it to Y, we'll position where we want it to be. Okay, so there's the first set of eyes. Again, Shift D just to duplicate it. Okay, and we can now change the shape of the eyes, make them a wee bit different. So let's now go back into edit mode for the first sphere, and make things look a wee bit more unique, so we can change the size and shape of it all. Scale it up. That's one option. Let's duplicate it again. And now scale it up, make them big. One. I'm going to add another collection. C, I'm going to call this eyebrows. And for this, I'm going to add cube. I'm going to press scale again on the x-axis, and then scale on the z. Just make this a bit smaller, and then we'll bring it up where you want it to be, and I'll position it where we would like it to go. We have one eyebrow, and we can do the same for this one. We go back to our modifier and add a mirror modifier, and then click on our ghost. Make sure it's on the z-axis, the y-axis, and here we have the eyebrows. We can now, you know it, duplicate it. We do this again by playing with some vertices. What I'm going to do is maybe add a subdivision model actually on the eyebrow itself. So let's add a modifier, subdivision, and make it a bit more rounded. Right click and shade smooth. So another set of eyebrows. I'm going to duplicate this one, and I'm going to now go into the edit mode and maybe move some vertices here. And then duplicate this again and go to the edit mode, and again move these about. Make some angry eyebrows. Alright, I just plain evil looking eyebrows. So we've got a few different eyebrows now as well. So I'm happy with this for just now in terms of facial features. What we can now add is maybe some accessories, maybe like a hat. So I'm now going to press C to make another collection and call it accessories. and we can start creating some other unique objects. These might take a bit more time to create, so be imaginative and make things what you like, and then create it around you. So what I could do is I can fast forward this part and show you what accessories that I have made. Okay, so I've added and modeled some extra accessories over here. So I've got the halo, I've got a hat, some stars, and wings as well. So these are other options again that will just have different kind of variety that we can add on. One final thing we'll do now is add a backdrop. Okay, so to add that on, you go to mesh and then add a plane. We can push this back down to the bottom below the make sure it's below the ghost. Scale up with S. Okay, and I'm actually going to just move it a bit more to the side here. And now we can go to our edit mode and click the back to vertices, press E and then Z to scale up like so. And then click the back to again and add bevel. We can increase the segments as much as we want and bring the offset up as much as we want, and there we go. Click the actual object you made and right click, shade, smooth, just to make it a wee bit smoother. Okay, and that's essentially one backdrop done. What we want to do now is start adding some textures and colour to our images. So the first backdrop here is just plain. I'm going to start adding some differences here by adding in some materials. If I can go to new material, and if I can click on the drop down option here, I'm going to change it to object first, then click new, and now add in, change the colour here. Now you can notice when you're changing the colour you don't actually see anything, so if you click at this option here at the top right, you get a render preview, so we can start choosing some different shades of colours. So we've created a plane here, we've added our colour, we duplicate it, Shift and D, you right click, you'll see it comes here. Now what we're going to do now is add a new texture. So now we have duplicated the second one and added a second colour. We can now rinse and repeat, duplicate it again, and again add a new material. So take this away, click new and change it to a light green, and we now have, guys, 5 different colours of backdrops. Now we just need to individually texturize each object. So for now we've got the mouth, so we can do that as well. And now the eyes. And of course now the eyebrows. So we are essentially done. We have set up our studio, we have set up our lighting by adding 3 lights here, and now we are ready to render. So if we now go down to the bottom right corner, we have the FZ randomizer. Now the first thing we want to do is match this host with what we've created our host to be. So you'll see it's under ghost, all in capitals. So I'm going to write this out just now, ghost, and that's very important you match up, because otherwise it won't connect to the collection you have. So make sure you type that in perfectly. And what we can see in this tab is the rarity tool. So this is where we can start picking which is rare and which is not. For example, if I want to change the rarity within this collection here, there's 3 options, and you can see each one has a 33% chance. And if I want to make sure this is a rare one, what I can do is I can increase the tickets of the other option. So if we bring this up, this has a 76% chance, and now this there has 17%. But if I bring this up as well, this now has a 55% chance, this has a 36%. So if I put it up to now 42, this has got 50% chance, and this has an 8% chance. So this is now very rare, which again adds to the rarity of this this collection. So we can do that for every asset accessory that you wish. So the mouse as well. If we want to maybe make surprise mouth a bit more rare, again we can increase the likelihood in the rarity tab for this. So let's add the tickets again. Maybe add some more tickets. Both have a 43% chance. This has a 14% chance for the surprised face. So these are more common. And you can set that as you wish, guys. You can go through your own options and make sure you're happy with the rarity of your assets. We can now calculate possibilities to get an idea of how many how many options we've created. So after this, I've created 2,880 images. Now, of course, if you're wanting to do 10,000, all we need to do is add an extra asset, or change the color of the stars, change the color of the hat, the wings. The possibilities is endless. For example, let's do that just now and see how that affects it. So I'm going to duplicate the stars. That's how you see you've got 2 stars now. I'm going to now maybe move them up, change their position, scale them down. If we go into the back and calculate possibilities, that's almost doubled it. So very easily this is exponential. Okay, this just really gets huge with time. It becomes a big project with time. And just like that, we are ready to render. If you go to your render engine, you can change it to cycles, which will originally make everything looks very grainy, but once it comes to kind of more, when it does render all through, it does tend to give you softer shadows for a more professional render. So you can change your render engine to cycles to do that. For the sake of this video, I'm going to just keep it at EVs. What we'll do now is come back to here onto our FZ randomizer, and we can now get it all set up. I'm going to untick auto spawn. I'm going to pull this out actually so we can see a bit more of the details here. I'm going to click here right to CSV, and up here where it says variants, we can choose how many we want. So let's say we just want to generate 100 for just now. So that will choose that will create 100 pictures for us, 100 NFTs, and we'll click generate. And when I click generate, it might seem like nothing's happening. That's just everything rendering. Okay, and that's us done. Quick as that. Now below you'll see there's all these options here. In these that I've now created. This is our NFTs. So just like that, we are now ready to render. We have created our full timeline. Make sure the original, as I say, is turned off. The original collection over here is turned off because that will override our timeline. So we'll tick that, close that down for now, and our variants now have the control here. And what we can do now is, as we say, we can scroll through and see all our different variants that we have created of our NFTs. So this has created 100 different styles. As I say, there's a possibility of creating even more than that. For the sake of this video, we've just created 100 different backgrounds, different eyes, mouths, shape for the ghost, backdrops, and accessories, and all of different varying rarities as well. So we can ready now to render. So go over here to our render output properties. Make sure you change the output tab to where you want it. I put the solution at a resolution of 500 by 500 pixels. You can choose what you want, and we're ready to go. Click render and render animation. And here we are. We have fully rendered all the 100 images. As you can see here, each one is different, different background, different accessories, eyes, eyebrows and mouth, and we have now created our unique collection. And of course you can make this, I've done 100, you could do a 10,000, you can do 20,000, you can do as many as you want. The sky's the limit, guys. But thank you very much for your for watching. Make sure you subscribe, comment and like, and share this video to anyone who would like it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.